A real-life online business meeting guide. Chapter 1. Business meeting info. Business meeting info. The way to have a good business meeting is to plan it out, go in and say what you gotta say in a straight, simple manner. Don't allow interruptions while you speak, but allow questions afterwards. And possible discussion if it's necessary. It isn't school, it isn't public speaking class. You are the leader, you're in control. You go in there confident because you have something meaningful and important to say. Start off with the new business of the day, review the old business and finish it up, then finish up. Allowing for questions or discussion if relevant. Don't waste time on useless filler. Don't play politics. Just provide meaningful content in your meetings. Can the stupid jokes, the quotations and the cutesy stuff. Intelligent one-liners which summarize your point are fine, but lay off the canned literary stuff. It's old, obviously rehearsed, and doesn't work with a bunch of cynical, straightforward business types. Go in, tell them what you're gonna talk about it, open the floor for questions and discussion, then move on to the next motion if it's a multi-motion/minute meeting. If not, can it as quickly as possible and get onto the other business of running the company. Some people have business meetings every morning. After a while, all the flowery stuff and the rambling gets old. Stick to the main point, introduce it, explain it, then conclude by repeating it all over again. Keep it simple, not too many extra convoluted ideas. Just stress that main point. If there are two sides to the issue, present both sides of the argument and state why you will be sticking with side A. Expect opposition. Be ready for their hard questions. Whatever you do, don't show anger. Deal with the issue. Don't focus your attack on the people involved. Start the meeting by saying something like, "This meeting will now come to order." You might introduce the members or ask them to introduce themselves. You might introduce your chairperson, second in command, and your secretary who will be transcribing the meeting, although these days, they often just tape meetings and keep them like that in case they need them again. As well as talking about your main points, have them all written out and hand out copies so they have it all in front of them, which they can make notes on as you and others speak about the subject matter. If the meeting is long, have a break every 45 minutes or so. Don't allow smoking, but provide water and coffee, nothing else. You want as few distractions in the room as possible. Don't even have a clock in the room. Just a bare neutral room where ideas are discussed. Maybe a few plants would be nice, but nothing more. Votes can either be by secret ballot or openly verbal, aye/nay, and either 1/2 majority or 2/3 majority rules. You should have a procedure for nominating and electing officers in your group, and at the appointed time, open the floor up for nominations. And take a vote. Have ballots made up. If things aren't resolved at the meeting, either give the issue to a person or committee to work on and present at the next meeting, or simply postpone it to continue on at the next meeting. Sometimes minutes are changed, in which case you make an amendment to it. Sometimes members want to appeal the final decision of the meeting, so you might have to give them the right to present their arguments at a later date. Sometimes management wants to do something contrary to company rules, so they make a motion to suspend a rule for a particular situation. If somebody thinks a motion is irrelevant or trivial, they can object to consider the motion, stating it's useless and they don't want to waste time bothering with it. Ratification is to approve of the minutes discussed or action already taken. You should have all the procedures and rules written down and call it meeting protocols. Pass a copy out to all employees attending these meetings. All meetings are basically the same. Don't fall for the fluff or too much procedure. Keep it simple and as short as possible. The purpose of the meeting is to state your case. Make the deals and achieve the results outside the meeting after it's over. A meeting chairperson is not an extremist. Even if he holds extremist views, he's much too wise to let it show around other people. He's a people person, able to compromise and make deals. He's there to present facts and consider facts only, not opinion. He has respect for other points of view. He must allow everyone to speak, keep an open mind and reserve judgment for later, after critical analysis. He is an objective leader. The best way to deal with critics is to have a quick wit such that you can shoot them down with one witty statement showing how hypocritical or foolish they're being. Barring that, simply ask questions to put the critic on the defensive. Expect narrow-minded people. Either fire them, ignore them or minimize them, which means that if you can't fire them, give them a meaningless job like president of bathroom resupply or something like that. In order to avoid surprise opposition at a meeting, post the title of it up a few days in advance and invite anyone who has anything to say to come see you in advance. Don't let one viewpoint dominate. Give each side time to air its arguments. Ask the floor for suggestions for your proposal. In a nutshell, have as few meetings as possible but as many as necessary. Have short meetings. Don't have meetings for issues that involve only one or two people that can be done in the office. Have a specific agenda. When you resolve the specific agenda at a meeting, summarize it clearly, then move on to the next point. Listen. Let others speak. Show others you understand by repeating back what was discussed. Praise a few people at the meetings. Close meetings by summarizing what resolutions. You may then immediately start on a plan as to how you will implement these resolutions. Books about how to run a business meeting are at hashtag 658.4563 or A56 and HF5733 at the library. Public speaking books are at number 808. Business meeting websites. ICAWorld.org, Facilitation and Group Process Trainings around the world. International Association of Facilitators. IAF-World.org, sponsors an annual conference, Group Facilitation Listserv, Publications. International Association for Public Participation. IAP2.org, trainings and publications related to effective citizen involvement. IIFAC.org, International Institute for Facilitation and Consensus. Processwork.org, trainings based on the work of Arnold Mindell. Doodle.ch, schedule a meeting online. mapnp.org/library/miscellaneous/mtgmgmnt.htm, manage a meeting. 1000ventures.com/business_guide/crosscutting/meeting_main.htm. allbusiness.com/business_advice/articles/11341.html. allbusiness.com/human-resources, how to run an effective business meeting. amicomebooks.org. amazon.com/running-meeting-business-success/dp/0764124501. businessknowhow.com/growth/business-meeting.htm. clubcorp.com/business-clubs.aspx, business meeting facilities. coastalhr.com/business-meetings-training-courses.html. constitution.org/ror/r-00-00.htm, Robert's Rules of Order. esortment.com/career/successful-bulletinsin_swsz.htm. free website hosting.com/businessmeetingplaces.html. h0w2.com/web-conference/how-to-run-a-business-meeting.htm. insurancenewsnet.com/article.asp, how to run an effective business meeting. mapnp.org/library/miscellaneous/mtgmgmnt.htm. Meetings411.com. Meetingscanada.com. Moneyinstructor.com/art/businessmeet.asp. nationalservicesgroup.com/training.htm. omicron.edu/interchange notes/how to run business meetings with technical people notes.htm. smallbusinessconsulting.com/public/762.cfm. thestreet.com/_tSCRSS/fund/business-etiquette/10350696.html. How to not torpedo a business meeting. ton20.com/top_business_meeting.html. treyizeli.com/how-to-run-effective-business-meetings. Virtual meeting/online meeting. I saw a company selling this big contraption for $100,000. It was a big screen in a room. You could see the people you were talking to on this screen even though you were in a different place. This was a panoramic screen. It went around half the room. It showed about 8 people sitting at a table in real time. Presumably they had the setup too of the big boss talking to them. I'm sure there are cheaper versions of this around. GoToMeeting.com. iMeet.com. On24.com. OnlineMeetingRecap.com/reviews, reviews of online meeting software. AskBobRankin.com/online_meeting_services.html. Reviews.cnet.com. Business-software.com/top10 report. Adobe.com/products. allconferenceservices.com. allconferenceservices.com/online-meeting.html. conferencecall.com/web-conferencing-services.php. eboulevard.com. gotomeeting.ca. gotomeeting.com. gotomeeting.com/online-meeting. ilink.com. meetingwizard.com, plan and schedule meetings and other events. nefsas.com. oa.org/online_meetings.html. pacatel.com/web-conferencing-turbo-meeting-main.asp. robohead.net, web tool for marketing teams to collaborate on projects. subscription.com/services/business-solutions/online-meetings. vc-net.net. webx.com. webx.com/online-meetings. yugma.com. zoho.com. Chapter 2. A video phone conference call website guide. Online teaching/online meeting/video streaming websites from teachthought.com/technology/alternative-to-zoom-for-online-teaching. bigbluebutton.org. bluejeans.com. creatoracademy.youtube.com/page/course/livestream. discord.com/new. facebook.com/facebookmedia/solutions/facebook-live. gotomeeting.com. hangouts.google.com. hopn.to. intermedia.net/anymeeting-video-conferencing. meet.google.com. microsoft.com/n-a/microsoft-365/microsoft-teams/group-chat-software. miro.com. skype.com/n. sococo.com/resource/sococo-video-conferencing-fact-sheet. twitch.tv. vimeo.com/features/live streaming. webx.com. whereby.com. wowza.com. yotribe.com. zoom.com. Find video calling apps at surreystore.com/cms/apple/51-best-video-calling-apps.html. That's a lot of apps. Conference call services at geekers-magazine.com/top-14-best-free-online-conference-call-services. Skype.com/intl/n/home. Totally free conferencecalls.com. easyconference.com. unlimitedconferencing.com.au. talkbox.com. conferencecalls.com. allupdates24.com. onconference.com. cuba.com. easycounter.com/report/totallyfreeconferencecalls.com. freeconferencecalling.com. rhubcom.com. conferenceamerica.com. anymeeting.com. codeablemagazine.com/free-chat-rooms.html. conference.comitcall.com. conferencecalling.com. devcodegeek.com/best-dropbox-for-small-business-storage-needs.html. evoice.com/evoice-pricing. freeconferencecall.com. fuse.com/homebee. gotomeeting.com. join.me. onconference.com. thisisdrum.com. uberconference.com. zoom.us/meetings. Best conference call services at quickspearroute.com/best-conference-call-services. quickspearroute.com/best-business-phone-service. nextiva.com. tech.co/web-conferencing/best-conference-call-service-business. GoToMeeting, best all around. Zoom, best for beginners. RingCentral Glip, best for longer meetings. WebEx, best for larger businesses. Google Meet, best for Google users. Microsoft Teams, best for Microsoft users. Zoho Meeting, best for Zoho users. LiveZeyes, best for users that need hardware. BlueJeans, best for users that need customer support. Best conference calling services at forbes.com/advisor/business/software/best-conference-calling-services. RingCentral. freeconferencecall.com. Conference call solution. GoToMeeting. Vast Conference. Grasshopper. Conference call websites. Hook several people up on the same phone or internet line at the same time. You can record them for people to view later. 360telecommunications.com. accessline.com. allconferencing.com. bestconferencing.com. brightzenith.com/companies-business-business-teleconferencing.htm. budgetconferencing.ca. business-software-savvy.com. commerce-database.com. conference.call.alltheservices.com. conferencecall.com. conferencecalls.com. conference-call-services.ca. conferencestream.com. conferencecal.com. edomicphone.com. easy-videoconference.org. freeaudioconferencing.com. freeconferencecall.com. freeconferencecall.com, make a free recording. freephone-conference.com. globalconferencecall.com. instantconference.com. nocostconference.com, a free 800 number conference line, as well as free recording and file retrieval. qualityconferencecall.com. tactic.com. techlistings.net. totallyfreeconference.com. unlimitedconferencing.com. video.stork.ru/n/applications.html. web-conferencing-central.com.